Alright, Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, Bashem Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which are the apostles and elders of the true nation of Israel, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American, Indians, Seminole Indians, and the rest of Israel that's been scattered around the world that believe in the gospel that's being pushed through the brothers, the Akim, that believe the gospel. Alright? And this is a quick sit down going into how, that old slave doctrine of how war was in heaven, going into how in heaven, Michael, he had good angels. Michael rounded up the good angels and they turned bad or some shit like that. And they fought against the Most High, and they were cast down and they became the fallen angels, all that bullshit. And there's multiple scriptures how it says, the angels don't even have sex. You know what I mean? And if the angels don't have sex, technically they don't go off. Because you can go off by having sex. There's laws within sex too. But the angels, they don't go off. They remain righteous. The angels that technically went off with you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, you have angels in celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. They ride in the chariots, which are so-called UFOs. But we are angels too. Blessed Latinos, Native Americans, so-called, and the rest of Israel that's been scattered due to slavery. Around the world, we are the true. We are the fallen angels. All right, we are the ones that lay with the children of men, not actual angels that came down and they lay with heathen women. No, that didn't happen. Adam was a power. He went off by who? Eve. All right. And this is book that this guy gave me at work. It says the certainty of Christ, second and third coming. And I'm not gonna get it to the front, but the Lord is not Greek. His name is not Christ. It's Yahawashi, Mashiach. Mashiach in the Hebrew is how you say Christ, all right, which means the anointed. And that's who he is. In the Hebrew, his name is Yahawashi, not Jesus. Yahawashi means he to be. Slakia. that's what Yahawah means. He to be, he exists. He is. That's what Yahawah name is, and Yahawashi name is. He's the deliverer. He's the savior. And that's what he's coming to do, is deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. Which is of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And if you have a black forefather, Latino, Native American, you are an Israelite. No matter where you're from, you're an Israelite, because that seed line goes back to the nation of Israel. All right, you're a Gentile. You're in the heathen mind state. You can like a so-called Japanese, Chinese, Arab, whatever. If you know that one of your grandfathers or your father is a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, then that is your lineage. It's not by your mother's lineage. If you have a grandmother, not grandmother, Slakia. Yeah, if you have like a grandmother or a mother, and she's a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you're not a Hebrew Israelite. It goes by your father's lineage. If your father is a heathen, you're a heathen. All right, and you're gonna go into slavery. All right, it goes by your father's lineage. All right, and what his line goes back to. Okay, but now the topic that I wanted to hit on was how it was war in heaven, so-called, and it says, I'm just gonna read this, and I'm gonna get the quick scriptures and make sense of this. Okay, it says, and war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought, but they did but they did not prevail, nor was place found for them in heaven any longer. So the great dragon was cast out, the serpent of old, called the devil, the deceiver, and Satan, which means Satan, adversary. All right, uh, who deceived the whole world, and he was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. All right. So look, all right. There was war in heaven. All right. If this is in the book of Revelations, it means it's to be revealed. Okay. If this is waiting to be revealed in the last days, how could the Most High and his angels be fighting? You would see that. You would physically see that. All right. Because this didn't happen in Genesis, because it's not recorded in Genesis. For one, it's recorded that Adam went off, by Eve. Okay, that's what's recorded. Okay, and it goes and say, how he'll be cursed upon the ground, just roughly paraphrasing, and that's symbolic for how the nation of Israel is cursed. We're not cursed like Ham. Ham seen his father's nakedness when he was drunk. And it said that he'll be a servant to his brethren. So that's not us, but we're cursed because we broke the commandments. But we will be made clean because the one who is ignorantly called Christ or Jesus is coming to save the nation of Israel, which are so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, so if this is in the book of Revelations, the Most High and Satan, his angels, the Most High's angels, did not go off. Okay, the actual angels that record everything that happens on earth and report to him, they did not go off. Michael didn't go off. None of this. Okay, this war that is to happen in the heavens, when you look up, that's the heavens too. Okay, and then outer space, that's the heavens. This war that this is talking about in Revelations 12 is talking about when the so-called white man military, ends up fighting the Lord Yahawashi when he comes back in his chariot. Just like off of Independence Day. They put it in the fucking movie so you can see right there. That's the war that was in heaven. All right. And Michael, and his angels, the Lord, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. Okay? Not Satan. It even says that he didn't win right here. So the white man's military is not gonna be able to withstand Michael and his angels, who fought with the dragons. Okay? That's not gonna happen. A military jet cannot catch a so-called UFO. A UFO would shoot out your sight within, it's not even a blink of an eye. The angels run like lightning. So that's what this is going into. It was not no war in heaven at all. It wasn't like the Most High and his angels, they were fighting each other. That's not true, man. And if you believe in that doctrine, you're gonna die because that's not true. That's calling the Most High a liar. That's you're lying on the angels. That's rebellion, man. It's war. The only people that went off against the Most High is us, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, the Hebrew Israelites. All right, and we gonna pay for that shit that we did, and we gonna pay for the shit that we did to the Lord. All right. So, the first scripture I want to go into is in Job. It's Job, the 2nd chapter, and let me see if I can make it clear. Okay. Let me see if I can try to get some zoom action. Try to zoom in on this thing. Salakia. Just bear with me, but this is important now. Think about this when I read this. Okay, this is Job chapter 2. And I'm gonna go down to verse 3. It says, again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High, now pay attention. Again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Yahawah. All right, and Satan came also. So stop right there. If there was war with Satan and the Most High, you think the Most High is finna sit with it says the sons of the Most High now. So Satan's one of his sons too on the left hand side in wickedness. Not like Yahawashi, because Yahawashi said all things are given unto me, in heaven and in earth. Basically, Yahawashi got power over Satan. All right, everything is under Yahawashi's rule, and if everything is under Yahawashi's rule, basically, is under Yahawah's rule. Because Yahawah gave Yahawashi that power. Okay, so now it says, I'm gonna read this one more time, and again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Yahawah, and Satan came also among them. So you telling me that Satan caused a war against the Most High Yahawah, and Yahawah sitting here letting his spirit sit right here and present themselves in front of the sons of the Most High like the rest of the sons, good or bad? Come on, man. The Lord is a man of war. If this was a spirit and he caused, and it's like he went to war against him, man, the Most High would destroy that spirit, because the Most High Yahawah would destroy, he can and would destroy spirit and flesh. He's the power over that, and he has power over Satan. All right, and it says even the devils tremble at the Most High, and there's a scripture on that too that I'm gonna get in the book of Luke. All right, so Satan came also among them to present himself before the Yahawah. All right, Salakia. And the Yahawah said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? So the Most High sitting here talking to Satan, a spirit that's supposed to supposedly that's taught in these churches, these bullshit churches, how Satan went up against him. All right, and Satan answered the Yahawah and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. So Satan lurks around, going in between earth and the heavens, doing the Most High's will, which is bad and good. The Most High created the evil, created the good. He created. He can wound. He can heal. He'll kill it. He'll make it alive. So Salaki, it says, and the Yahawah said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? Okay, in the third verse, Salaki, if you can't see it, and I'm read again in the third verse, and the Yahawah the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth? Because Job was righteous, a perfect and upright man, one that feared the Most High and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Yahawah and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man have will he give for his life. But put forth thy hand now and touch his bones and flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. Okay? So the Most High, Satan, basically made a deal with Job. Okay? He made a deal with Job. All right? And he's going to do the will that the Most High want him to do. That's the point of me reading this too. So how the fuck is Satan sitting here fighting up and going up against the Most High, and he's doing his will? Come on, man. That war in heaven is when these crackers, this Edomite, these international bankers that's running the militaries around the world, all right, they're going to come together and they're going to fight against Yahawashi when he come back in the chariot, all right? That's what it is, and that's what's gonna happen. Why the fuck would they put in the movie if it was a lie? They put all that shit in the movie, man. That's real. All right. And if you can't see it, Salakia, but this is Book of Job again, chapter 2. And it says, and the Yahawah said unto Satan, Salakia. Yeah, and the Yahawah said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his feet unto his crown. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So the life of Job, though he went through all those trials and tribulations, his life was in the Most High's hand. Satan couldn't kill him, but he can do all these other things to him. All right. So that's one scripture that kills that bullshit. How he went off from the Most High. That's not so. He do his will, man. Now I'm in the book of Luke chapter 8, and it says, this is Luke 8:27. All right, and I'm gonna start. This is the rest of verse 27 in this Bible. I call it my temporary Bible, my Bible on the go. It says, and when he went forth to land, there met him out of the city a certain man which had devils long time, evil spirits. He was possessed and wore no clothes. Neither abode in any house, but in the tombs. When he saw Yahawashi, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice, and said, what have I to do with thee, Yahawashi, thou son of man? I'm Salakia. Thou Yahawashi, thou son of the Most High, Salakia. Yahawashi, thou son of God, Most High, beseech thee, torment me not. So the evil spirits, because they're subject to Yahawashi through Yahawah, and he just said, torment me not. So this spirit's in here crying out, telling Yahawah, saying Yahawashi, what hast thou to do with me? Torment me not. He's under subjection. All right. And it said, for he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man, for oftentimes it had caught him, and he was kept bound with chains and in fetters, and he brake the bands, and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. And Yahawashi asked him, saying, what is thy name? And he said, Legion, which means, he had many spirits on him, many devils, many evil spirits, because many devils were entered into him, and they besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep. And there was there an herd of many swine feeding on the mountain, and they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them, and he suffered them. All right, so that's another fucking reason why you don't eat that fucking pork, because it got demons in it, and they'll put demons on you. Okay, that was one of the main. That's another reason why I'm glad I got this. Where the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi, made me read this, because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was gonna go home and do a sit down, but hell, I said fuck it. I'm off of work. I'm about to go do the sit down. Then went the devils out of the man and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the lake, and were choked. They drowned. And they that fed them saw what was done, They fled and went and told it in the city, in the country. All right. So basically, I'm done with this sit down. The main purpose that I got was that the Most High, it was no war between the Most High and Satan. Everything is subject to Yahawashi through his father Yahawah. So if everything is subject through Yahawashi, of the Most High, then they're subject to the Most High. You know, I mean, shit. You seen the scriptures. We got the scriptures. Brothers done did breakdowns, going even deeper into the war in heaven. It was just a quick 20-minute sit down. About, man, it's not no, nah, man. Ain't no Satan going up against our power, man. All right. Ain't no Satan going up against the Most High. All right. So with that, I'm close this out. All praise to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi. Double honors to the Apostle Elder Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Peace, to the 1/3 that believe in the gospel. Thou are of the elect, the men, women, and children. This war is getting more intense. The U.S. and North Korea about to fight. Ultimately, the dollar's going to crash. Russia's going to get involved. Russia's Magog. They are the main ones in the scriptures that's going to do something. Whether it's this year or next year, I don't see it being next year. But if it is, it's the Most High's wills, whatever He want. All right. Keep the faith. Do your best. Shalom. And stay within the doctrine of what you've been taught, what you heard. If you don't know it all, it's not, I mean, it ain't no such thing as you not knowing it all. The Most High give you your portion on what you need to know. All right. And you teach on that. Shalom.